Good morning, ladies, gentlemen, and lacrosse fans at home, around Australia and around the world. We are here for the grand final of the men's 2019 ALA Senior National Championship. The Victorian side out there, and you can see on screen warming up. Before our game, though, we've got an interview between Andrew Harris of the ALA, who will be speaking with Glenn Meredith, head coach of the under-23 ASPAC side, who are about to head away to Korea for their tournament in the next week. So we'll send you over there before we do our team introductions and get ready for the game.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the grand final day of the Senior Championships. And over the course of today, what we would going to do is we're going to present the coaches of some of our international teams that are playing over the next few months. Our first guest this morning is probably well known to most people in the lacrosse world, Glenn Meredith, who is the under-23 men's head coach of the team that is going off to Korea in July to compete in the ASPACs. Welcome, Glenn.
Great to be with you, Andrew.
Excellent. So Glenn, could you please just let us know from your perspective how the program has gone leading up to this event in Korea?
Well, like most programs, it's the tyranny of distance. Like most programs, the tyranny of distance is an issue. Once you pick these teams, we're scattered across the country a fair amount, so getting the boys together is always really difficult, and training together and learning the structures and philosophies that we need to learn. And then you have things like state teams and club lacrosse that don't interfere is the wrong word, but they need to go about their business. So probably in the last 6 weeks, we've really backed the boys off and let them do what they do on their club teams and state teams. But we go to Japan on Friday to play 3 games, and we're pretty confident we can get them all back on the same page in Japan.
That's excellent. So in terms of the competition itself in Korea, who do you see as your major challenge in that event?
Well, obviously Japan, because they've won the last 5 ASPACs, they're going to be a threat, and most people probably would know, but in Japan now there are 60 to 65,000 players, and they've grown the game enormously from when I was first there in 1989, and obviously they're going to be the main danger. But a lot of these teams, when you look at them and you go to their websites and look at these teams, it's very hard to decipher who's in the teams and who's not, and even when you translate the web pages, they don't translate well, Andrew, so it really is difficult to nail down all the opposition. But look, we've lost the last 5 ASPACs to Japan, and we need to, hopefully we can go across this time and rectify that. But it's exciting times ahead, because I know Scott Browning in Hong Kong's doing some terrific work with the Hong Kong team as well, so I imagine that all teams at that level in the ASPACs would have elevated their games to some extent.
So you mentioned that Japan naturally a main competitor for this event. So what do you think the team needs to do to overcome them in the championships?
We'll play well, firstly, honestly, but look, we know how the Japanese play. They're very fast, and they live on transition and 6 zones as a general rule. I mean, we'll find out more about that when we get over there, but look, they're a skilled team, and if you talk to the guys in the Japanese team, the kids that play in those teams and leagues, they all say the same thing. They practice 3 or 4 hours a day, every day, never miss, and they've got that culture of just wanting to be better and wanting the game to be better and their team to be better. So that their rise through the ranks has been enormous, and they're going to be a tough challenge for us because they're very quick and their skill level's growing really quickly as well. But we've got some plans in place, and we hope if we put them in place that we'll be able to deal with them, hopefully. But it'll be a great challenge for our guys at that level, that age group of 20 to 22-year-old kids, to go across and experience some of that world level across. I think it'll be a great challenge for them, but we're really looking forward to it.
Thank you. So you've been head coach now of the senior men's Australian team now for the past 2 World Championships. How have you had to adjust your methodology or your thinking with a developing squad of players like the under-23s?
Yeah, it's different. There's definitely a different mindset in the under-23s to the senior team. The senior guys are so focused and driven, and they do the weights and the running pretty much to a man. The 23s, to the experience so far, and I'm not trying to speak slight of them, but they haven't probably put that intense effort in. A lot of them have, but some of them haven't, and I guess because at that age group there's a lot of other things to entertain their minds. But the senior team is a job I really love doing and respect those boys. And the 23s so far have been great, and look, we look forward to going to Japan and Korea, and look, hopefully the work that they have done up to this point, because it's a really skillful team. It is probably the best ASPAC team I've ever sent away, as in player ability on the field. And hopefully the work that they've done up to this point will hold them in good stead through the games. But it's certainly a different feel to the senior team with these guys. I don't want to use the word they're not as committed. They are, but just in a different way. But I'm sure they'll acquit themselves well.
I'm sure they will too, Glenn. So, look, thanks very much, but I can't leave you without your prediction for the game that's just about to start.
I think for West Australia, if you watch the first game, everything needs to go right for them. Their shooting was quite poor in the first game. Dobson mopped it all up and outlet it down the field, and Moffat and Melsop were crossing the centre line in droves and giving transition to the Victorians. So I think if West Australia shoot well and get their offensive guys off the crease, I think their offensive guys were too tight on the crease and they were able to get their slide. Victoria were able to get their slide patterns going really well against them and get on their gloves. Mitch Kennedy and Lockie Walker probably have to throw 6 points between them in the game, and Lucas Wood and maybe Isaac Maller and those guys probably need to fill in the rest. If they can get to 12, they can be a threat. But Dobson and the Victorian defence will be out to stop them. Obviously, they've been brilliant all week, especially Chris Moffat's had a fantastic carnival.
Excellent. Thanks very much, Glenn, for your time. And ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the game. Thank you.
Alrighty, that was Andrew Harris of the ALA speaking with ASPAC head coach Glenn Meredith. Now that we're done with that, we're going to have our on-field announcements of the officials and both sides, and we're going to cut to that now. Starting first with the officials for the men's grand final, it is head referee Jonathan Kiplocks coming out to the field now. Referee number 1, Tim Kennedy. Referee 2, Danny Whitbourne. Chief bench official, Steve Green, and the bench manager, David McRae. Now, the lineup for the West Australian men. Starting first, number 1, co-captain Mitchell Kennedy. Number 3, Dean Lawrence. Number 4, Lucas Wood. Number 5, Lucas Kozwara. Number 6, Mick Waddell. Number 8, Luke Walton. Number 11, Riley Mercer. Number 12, Aaron Salter. Number 14, Sam Williams. Number 15, Brodie Ray. Number 19, Shane O'Brien. Number 20, Rob Logan. Number 23, Rhett Johnston. Number 24, the co-captain, Lachlan Walker. Number 27, Donald Wild. Number 31, Trevor O'Brien. Number 32, Isaac Mellor. Number 33, Simon Fleet. Number 53, Ashby Farrell. Number 66, Keegan Davies. And number 88, Connor Davies. Head coach for West Australia is Paul Fisher. Assistant coach, Adam Jore de Sanjori. Team manager, Roxanne Levy. And the statistician is Mark Graham. That is your West Australian side for today's game. For the Victorians now, number 1, Brian Bark. Number 3, James Lawson. Number 4, Jason Brammell. Number 5, co-captain River Bradley. Number 6, co-captain Caleb Hall. Number 8, Matt Harvey. Number 9, Peter Quass. Number 10, Chris Moffat. Number 11, Nick Burgess. Number 12, Lucas Parsons Quintiao. Number 13, Campbell McKinnon. Number 14, Nathan Bell. Number 15, Lachlan Russell. Number 19, a co-captain, Sean Clark. Number 22, Callan Gibson. Number 23, Tim Ratchie. Number 27, Luke Dobson. Number 33, Alexander Pike. Number 44, Jeffrey Melsop. Number 66, Alistair Glutney. And number 99, Jay Bidwell Barton. The Victorians are coached by Greg Mollison, Terry Sparks, Darren Gibson, and the late Alan Lua. Team manager is Rod Marr. They are your teams for today's grand final matchup. We're going to be joined on the field now by Billy Carolyn Vandenberg, a singer from Footscray Lacrosse Club. She's going to bring you the national anthem, and then we'll get underway with this, the grand final match now.
Australians, oh let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is goodbye sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing. Advance Australia fair.
That was the immensely talented Billy Carolyn Vandenberg, a youngster from Footscray Lacrosse Club, and with that, both sides heading out onto the field now, and we're going to get underway shortly here. Bit of a miscommunication there. I think both sides under the impression everyone was coming out. We saw the coaches coming onto the field. It's the starting lineups now, though. And between the pipes, we have Sam Williams from Western Australia. And at the other end, it's Luke Dobson for Victoria. Both lineups out there. And it was a big masterclass of offense yesterday as WA locked their position in for this game. They put on a show, outscoring South Australia. And then it was Victoria who have looked strong all week, haven't dropped a game. And they will be tested today, though. Sam Williams, the veteran keeper between the pipes, will be a big factor. And as Glenn Meredith was saying in his interview before the match, if West Australia can get good point production out of their two co-captains, Mitch Kennedy and Lachlan Walker, and if they can really test this Victorian defence line early, they will make it a big game. Though, again, Victoria did get the better of them in their first matchup. Do Western Australia have some answers? Another big challenge will be at the face-off X. Victoria's dynamic duo of Sean Clark and Nathan Bell have been looking the business all week. Aaron Salter has had some big games, though. Can he get possession for his team in the middle? We have Salter and Clark in for the opening face-off of this, the grand final matchup. Here at sunny Footscray Lacrosse Club, the weather is looking good and the players are looking pumped up. Salter and Clark down, and we're going to start play. Clark gets the clamp, but Salter kicks it clean there. Loose ball in the middle. Fighting it free, Caleb Hall comes up with the ground ball. Heads back into the defence line. Ball's with Dobson now. No rush here as Dobson holds in the middle. Sending it back down now. Caleb Hall with the ball. Vic's covering the offside there as we see the defence getting back on. Caleb Hall carries over and the Vics will settle in attack for their first possession of the game. Peter Quast behind with the ball. Sends it on to James Lawson. Footscray connection out back there. Up now for Campbell McKinnon and across the top, Sean Clark. Clark breaks the mould of the typical Fogo. He is an offensive threat if they can get the ball to him. He would slot in nicely to almost any State League man-up team in the country, as well as dominating at the X. Quast has the ball in front. Fumble there. Great check by the West Australian team. Fakes the handoff, and Trevor O'Brien is charging upfield. He's approached by Jason Brammell. WA get their first possession of the game there, causing the turnover. O'Brien sends it in for, so Trevor O'Brien sends it for Shane O'Brien. Logan now sends it down to Mitch Kennedy. Kennedy looked good in the first matchup between these two teams. Lachlan Walker now with the ball. He's guarded closely by Moffat. The double comes and open the scoring there. Lachlan Walker weaves through traffic and puts it by Dobson to make it 1-0. We'll see a replay of that one now. Again, Walker guarded closely behind by Chris Moffat. The double came in. He just managed to weave through traffic there and then sticking it backside as Dobson came across the crease. Bell now in the centre for Victoria. He's got Salter facing him. That was Lachlan Walker again who opened the scoring there. Salter wins it forward. Can't get it clean though. Comes up with a ground ball now. Check comes across the body. He loses his footing. Kennedy got a piece of it, but it was tipped up in the air. Ground ball now with Salter. He has the ball knocked loose by Millsop. Mitch Kennedy has it. 3 Victorian defenders around him. Manages to keep a hold of it. Gets it off to O'Brien. Lachlan Walker now with the ball. Back up to O'Brien. Walker again with it. He's got Moffat watching him. Kennedy with Millsop behind. Ball on the far side now with O'Brien. He's got Lachlan Russell, the young defender out of Williamstown, watching him. Walker with it again. O'Brien sends it behind. Lucas Wood with the ball now. And he gets it low and away past Dobson to make it 2-0 early. WA getting on the board there again with Lucas Wood getting by his man and then finishing far side. Lucas Wood there getting his first. Second for WA. In the centre, it's Salter and Clark now. Ball's out now, still in the middle. No one coming up with it yet. Knocked toward the far side. Going for a kick. Still a scrum at the ball. No one coming up with it clean yet. Kennedy pushes off the ball there. Big bump. Ball still. It's moved the whole way back across the field. Finally, Peter Quast comes up with it now. The lefty finisher hits the pipe on that one and it'll be backed up by Western Australia. They'll look to clear now. WA looking fiery early. Victoria just a little bit phased early on by this quick start from WA, who have found the back of the net twice already here in the first quarter. Williams with the ball. He's got Quast watching him. Pass now, far side. And Rob Logan has it for WA. And I'm joined now in the box by South Australia's Luke Keesing. He'll be adding some colour commentary through the final. Luke, what are you excited to see in this matchup today?
Oh, I think it's going to be a really good run-gun matchup between these two teams. Both played some pretty seriously good lacrosse this week, and I think there's going to be some really... as a shot goes on goal. Great
finish by O'Brien there, and they've gotten the better of Dobson 3 times early in the game. Find the back of the net.
He's got upfield to his left hand easily this tournament, and he looks really clean when he gets upfield and steps down into that lane for a left-handed shot. It was a nice one.
And we see on the replay, Lucas Wood drawing a lot of heat there. Bit of an overcommit maybe on the defence. And O'Brien can get his hands free to put that one away. It's 3-0, a quick start from WA. Sees them in the lead. That was Trevor O'Brien there.
Good match up in the centre as well. Nathan Bell and Aaron Salter as well. Just had good tournaments, both of them all week.
Big pick up there by Campbell McKinnon, and absolutely, I think the face-off matchup is going to be one of the stories of the day.
Yeah, I agree.
Salter has been looking sharper and sharper as the week's gone by.
Yeah, he was fantastic yesterday against us. Really controlled the ball out of the middle. Thoroughly deserved his MVP.
Absolutely, and a big performance from him today will put WA in a good spot.
Well, he must have done it right up until now. If they're 3-0 up, only just got here, obviously, but they must have got some first use out of the middle.
Absolutely, and VIC's on the attack now. They look to open the scoring. Jason Bramall with the ball. Down the lane, sends it behind for Ratchie. Quast now with it, the lefty. Up top for Bramall again. Alex Pike now from Williamstown. Big lefty shot on the run there. Gets it by Williams. And VIC's open the scoring there.
Yeah.
3-1 they trail. And we'll see again on the replay. Just a nice lefty alley drive. And Pike able to get that one away past Williams, who got a piece of it. Just couldn't keep it out.
The key there was the quick ball movement behind the goal as well. Peter Quast sort of drawing a bit of attention down in that back left corner like he does so well, and then just opening up on, who was that, Campbell McKinnon, left hand, driving down. Oh, Alex Pike was it? Yeah, sorry. Pikey, lefty, driving down that alley, no slide.
Absolutely. I think the ball movement, you see the WA defence having to turn a full 360 as the ball swung around, but at the same time, no players on this Victorian side that you can leave alone to their own devices. You've got to cover all threats.
Mitchell
and Victoria deep on the
it,
big check there.
And Sean Clark looks to come up with it. He does.
Clark gets it, big bump.
Yeah,
and the hit coming up high on that one.
Pretty high. Yeah.
Lucas Parsons, Quintiau, the young gun out of Footscray, took the ball, took the body, and the Vic will go on the first power play of the game.
Yeah, referee there signalling cross-check, I think, and it was probably the right call. We had a good view of it here too. And Mitch Kennedy, I think he just sort of is a big guy, and he just got up a little bit high on him, and that one's probably there.
Vic swinging it around. Quast there, sends it low for McKinnon. Up to Hall now, and again we see the strong lefty presence in this Vic lineup. It's 3 lefties, 3 righties in their man up. We have seen them with 4 lefties and 2 righties as well, as Jim Lawson takes it on the crease. And just a little bit of a flourish as he finishes that one by Williams. It's 2-3. The Vics are on their way back into it.
Yeah, if you watch the replay, they play this really nice 42-man up where the 2 guys on the bottom corners, they just float in and out of the crease. Ratchie comes in, pops back out. James Lawson, he goes on the bottom corner and just finds that lane and sticks it. It's a nice goal.
Again, a crafty attacker, James Lawson, member of the Australian side that went away to Israel, and a staple at the Footscray Lacrosse Club. He'll be enjoying the home state advantage. As we're back to the centre now, and Bell wins it forward. Can he pick it up though? He does, and Vics get the face-off win there. On to Bramall now. Vics getting their subs in, and Matthew Harvey on now. He gets it on to Caleb Hall. Bramall sends it down for Quast. At the back, Lawson has it now. He's guarded closely by Luke Walton. Sends it up now. Bramall has it again. On to Hall. Slips the pick there. Quast behind now. Up top, Harvey has it again. Pick's coming. The roll there. Can they keep it in?
It looks like they're going to throw it out of bounds, and they do. So WA look to clear the ball here.
Yeah, missed opportunity on that one. Just the pass a bit high. Ratchie went full stretch trying to dive and keep it in. Couldn't get there though. Williams now with the ball for WA as they'll look to clear. Williams, the wily veteran between the pipes. So last year when West Australia were hosting the tournament, he was in the East Coast All-Stars side, filling in the goalie role for them. He had a big tournament for them, and he's back in the black and gold for WA now.
Looks like they've gone offside too.
Offside there, absolutely. Luke Walton just stepping over, and the Vics will get the ball back.
And they get it to Peter Quast, but he just can't handle it. He's gone in the crease too.
The crease there.
That was a really interesting one there because there were a lot of guys stacked up on the stacked up on the halfway line on that slow clear, and sometimes if a pole goes and the attackman goes to follow him, you can get caught out, not sure who's going, and yeah, just a little offside there. Gives the ball back to Vic, but they rush it, and WA will look to clear it again.
Yeah, just a squandered opportunity there from Victoria. I think just trying to rush Quas to the crease, but again, just not on it.
It's probably one of those ones you push, and if it doesn't come off, well, you had an empty net opportunity, so you've got to probably pursue that one, but never mind.
Williams with the ball now.
Slow again. Vics are definitely getting upfield and jamming all their guys. They've gone it straight back to James Lawson, who's just going to run in on an empty net and put it in easily.
Jimmy Lawson, and we've had a stick thrown there by Williams.
It'll be a flag.
Should be a flag for...
If it's a flag, it'll be just a technical foul, which will be wiped out by the goal, I would assume. If he's thrown it during the live ball, it's just a technical foul, and it should be wiped out by the goal, I'd say. Unless they're going to call it for unsportsmanlike conduct, which is a possibility.
Yeah, and that's the ref's decision. They've called time on that one. So it'll be, there we go, it will be. It's the in-home player serving. So sides are nominated defender who serves penalties in their goalie's stead. So Williams gets the foul on that one.
So I'm not entirely sure about that one. I wonder what I'd like to hear TK's version of events as to what happened later on. Because it looked to me like they had the ball, he threw the stick as he was shooting, so that was during the live play, so it should have, well, in my opinion, be a technical foul, which gets wiped out by the goal, but maybe as they look to get man up again.
Big body on that one, Williams coming out, making the save, and WA back with the ball. They're man down though, as their scores are tied 3-3. Yeah, it's an interesting one. Whether it's the technical or the personal is the question.
Well, they called technical is the thing, and because there was a goal scored, no one's in possession there. So even if it was a technical foul on a dead ball, it should have just been a not a foul, but a ball to the Victorians at the midfield line.
Loose ball in the
put
middle.
Someone in the box, but
picked up by Campbell McKinnon. He sends it back for Ratchie. Ratchie, the big body.
Yeah, he is a big guy.
Takes the check there and then decides to have a crack at O'Brien. He's a physical player. Loves the box game. Loves the physicality in there. As we've got players hitting the deck there, we've got a flag.
Yeah, head referee John Kiplocks. He likes to throw them nice and high. Gets one out there for a hold on the West Australian. Look like short stick defender. Who's that? Trevor O'Brien.
So that'll be Shane O'Brien, number 19. And Vix on the power play again. Ball's up top now. Caleb Hall with it.
Yeah, look for Ratchie to pop out of the crease and hit that lane again. And as he goes back in, Lawson will go and they'll find that lane again. Quas will shoot. He's got it again and he's got a goal. He's picked up the loose change.
Good eat there. Connor Davies took that shot like a champ, but Quas able to pick up the scraps as it rolls back to him. And he sticks it past Williams there to put the Vics ahead 4-3 here in the first. Short time remaining. See on the replay there, Davies just getting a big piece of it, but Quas able to get that ground ball straight back into his stick, and he finds the back of the net there.
Yeah, sometimes they just don't fall your way, do they?
It's a tough one, especially when you've got the short stick defensive mid. He's doing a good job putting his body on the line.
That's it.
Takes the hit, but just can't get that ball back up.
Big face-off here for Aaron Salter. Need to come up with the ball for the West Australians. Looks like he's got a clean one from the screen that's in front of me. He gets it out the back and
good clamp on that
should run onto it. Lockie Walker does, and they'll have a bit of time to just get some possession here because really they haven't had the ball in the last 10 minutes of this game. Victorians have just owned everything.
Clock's on the field now. We've got less than 30 seconds to go in this opening quarter. Scoring started WA's way. It was 3-0.
Kennedy will have a shot. It's a bit high.
Good bump on that one just to force the error high and wide. WA had 3 unanswered goals to open the quarter. The Vics came firing back though, and it's 4-3 currently.
Ooh, another shot goes wide, and they'll see time.
Shot a little bit ambitious on that one. So we'll bring you some first quarter highlights now. We had 7 goals as we enter quarter time. Vics leading currently 4-3. And play started with WA. It was the Vics had won the face-off. WA got the turnover, headed up, got their possession, and they capitalised early. Lachlan Walker just weaving through traffic, got underneath the double team and then stuck it past Dobson, who hasn't had much of a look at the ball yet. Yet to come up with a save. The Vic defence, though, expect them to sharpen up. It was Lucas Wood then, drawing a lot of attention. He sent that one across, and it was O'Brien just got by his man on the overcommit and stuck it to the near corner there as he got by Lachlan Russell. Vic's back at the other end.
Yeah, this was Alex Pike's goal down the line. Maybe just a little bit low defensively there by the West Australian defensive midfielder. Not enough time to slide, and Alex Pike gets a nice one. And this is the through ball lane where number 3 for Victoria, he just gets into that lane and he gets fed through for a nice easy one on the bottom corner. There he is.
Again, just that, the WA defence just caught ball watching on that one a little bit. And Lawson able to capitalise. It was a nice feed through the middle there to find the space.
This was the turnover on the ride, or the offside.
So I think this was the after the offside, which was was missed by Quass. It was Jim Lawson coming up with the.
Oh, Vic's broken.
Ooh.
So Salter will get a nice easy one in the books for him there. Just get those stats back up a little bit.
Mitch Kennedy with the ball now.
He's going to have to be clutch for Western Australia to win this game today, I think.
Absolutely. I think between him and Lachlan Walker, we're going to need to see some big things from their offensive backbone. But again, it'll be, as Glenn Meredith said in his interview before the game, if everything goes right for WA, they can beat anyone. And it's whether they can test this Victorian defence line as they did to start the first quarter. They then had a bit of a drought. But they're back now with the ball. What can they make happen as Rob Logan carries behind? He's got the short stick defender on him. He turns the corner. Clark is watching there. Fires that one wide of goal. Just losing angle on that one as he turned. Walker now with the ball. Sends it over for Logan. Up top for O'Brien.
Yeah, now onto Lucas Wood. Good, strong left-handed player. Box lacrosse background, played a little bit in Canada, I believe, and yeah, he'll look to get strong to his left side. As Dobson comes up with a big save, WA get the backup through Mitch Kennedy. Look to set something up again here. Looks like Western Australia playing a bit of a two-man in the crease style offense, a guy popping out somewhere, looking to get a slide and a redirect. They're going to call a moving pick here, I believe. Yep, they will.
There we go. And that's, I think, the extra player on the crease there, just causing a bit of congestion.
Yeah.
And then just getting that player caught up. And it's a bit of a risk-reward one there. If you can use the picks on the inside to get free, it'll do wonders for them. But again, that one, the moving pick, costing them. Victoria look to clear now. Chris Moffat with the ball.
He'll tuck it in, and he'll run down in transition now. He'll keep it upright, but he'll move it on, and he'll get back to the defence and get another offensive midfielder in for the Vics as they look to set something up.
Harvey with the ball up top now. Onto Bramall again. Ball's behind with Lawson now onto Ratchie. Pike with it now. We saw him score earlier on that lefty sweep onto Harvey. Back behind for Lawson.
It's a bit better defence on the sweep there as well by Lucky Walker, just looking to get upfield a little bit more and definitely cut down that lane that Pike has to run into. As Peter Quass on the bottom corner, he barrels his way in, he'll turn, he loses the ball and Sammy Williams comes up with it. Luke Walton will tip the ball in the back and he'll move it on again to another.
Ray with it now.
Ray,
it's knocked loose, unable to come up with the ball there. Big bodies,
yeah,
Ray holding,
back
he's got
here.
numbers
he can go
coming
all the way
for him.
back. He's going to have to go all the way back here. He looks and he's still got it. He's going to have to move it down now, but he just kind of bobbles out and spills straight to Lockie Walker. Interesting clear attempt, but it seems to be effective as Mitch Kennedy will get a step down.
His shot just wide of target as Millsop arrived just in time to put some pressure on there.
And Lucas Wood, he has to go so quick, but they've...
Timeout there charged to
timeout.
WA.
Interesting call. It looked like Lucas Wood was just about to run around the corner with absolutely no one on him. Maybe looking to set something up.
May have been a timely timeout for the Victorians there. Absolutely, it was looking unsettled. Lucas Wood, dangerous in an unsettled situation like that, but unable to capitalise. And
yeah, the quick whistle has caught out a few teams a little bit this week with the new rule. Some teams have used it to their advantage, some to detriment. But yeah, that one, interesting call. But at least no harm done. Get the ball back and set something else back up again.
4-3 here in the second quarter. No one scored yet. Had a few shots either way. WA have had possession early, unable to capitalise though. Again, they had that strong start, getting up 3 early in the first, but then they were held quiet. And again, that midfield play has been a big factor. If they can get their 50-50 possessions in the centre, they'll be in good stead. But they've got to be able to capitalise at the offensive side as well. And we'll see them in attack now. Yeah,
WA just going on a bit of a goal-scoring hiatus at the moment, about 20 minutes without, or 15-ish minutes without a goal. They're definitely going to want to get on the board here now. That's why it's early enough still in this second quarter. And even the game back up again.
Lucas Koswara with the ball now. He's watched by Alex Pike.
Definitely looking at maybe ISO the guy at X and the top on a 1-4-1 with Kennedy and O'Brien in the crease. They're going to look to try and draw that slide quickly out of the crease and look for a pop, maybe from Mitchell Kennedy for a big step down as he's going to turn it back up here. O'Brien moves it back up the top to Lockie Walker, who will fancy himself here as well, but he'll send it to O'Brien and back again to Walker. Chris Moffat guarding him. Good, strong defender. Walker will turn, give it back, looking for an overlap somewhere, nothing to be had. So O'Brien takes Bramwell to the goal. He'll shoot it, and Dobson will save an easy one, but it's loose in the crease. Someone looking to clear here. Looking to clear the crease. Ref's right there. And, they come up with it, but he's just thrown a Hail Mary behind the back, and Dobson will get an easy one back there.
Yeah, O'Brien, will clear it. Not as much pressure on his back end as I think he thought was coming. It looked like he was trying to get rid of that one.
Yeah, he definitely had more time. Definitely had more time.
Yeah, could have turned the corner there or just cradled out to safety, but the backup there for the Victorians, and they'll look to clear now. Flag down. We just had a...
It's possible that WA were offside.
Yeah, just so I think it was the step on the line.
A step on the line, was it?
Didn't get right over, but it was number 5, Lucas Koswara there.
Bramwell looks like he... maybe he did.
Ratchy there.
Did feed it. Feed it in.
And we'll see on that replay. I think the WA defence were expecting the shot to come from Bramwell on a step down, and then a bullet of a pass found Ratchy on the crease. So we'll see it here. Dobson on the clear. It was Lucas Koswara there. Just stepped on the line right in front of that referee there.
Really impressive that Ratchy managed to catch that one in traffic with 2 guys there and flip it check side into the corner of the goal. Sam Williams really with no chance there.
Absolutely. I think Ratchy's box playing experience coming into effect there. The catch on the crease under pressure.
Absolutely.
Is bread and butter for the big guy out of Eltham. And we're back at the centre now. That was the first goal we've seen in the second quarter. Both sides have been playing pretty good defence, and it's been scrappy play at either end. Nathan Bell wins that one to himself.
Oh, now he's going to go straight down the rack, straight down Main Street. Send it to Ratchy. Oh, great little shot there. A little flip over the top to Lawson, and he just puts it in the top corner after just faking low, shooting high. Sammy Williams took the bait, and just like that, Vic's out to now 3-goal advantage.
And we'll see this out of the centre. I think the WA midfield line all chasing after Nathan Bell as he weaved back over. Gets it up quickly. Ratchy, the speed on that pass, and then just that little dip and dunk from Lawson. And
that was like a tennis racket shot or something. Maybe he took a little bit of inspiration from Barty's big win this morning.
So that's 3 goals already for James Lawson, and he has been dangerous for the Victorians. A legal procedure there called against Bell, and it's going to be West Australian ball. Keegan Davies coming up with it now.
Yeah, now WA under a little bit more pressure. They really need to get something going here. Hopefully they can now. Walker, Kennedy's inside. He's dropped the ball. The Vics will come back up with it on a good play there. Melsop's going upfield. He loves the transition. McKinnon, he grabs it too. He's got a couple of WA guys after him, and he says, hang on, let's slow it down. We'll eat up some more time.
It's a good call by McKinnon there. WA getting numbers upfield first. Millsop was looking for the breakaway, but just had numbers with him. Wasn't going to get that one clean. McKinnon just settling things down. And again, no rush for the Victorians to score. They've got the momentum with them at the moment as they lead by 3 here in the second.
Cameron McKinnon does get topside. He'll shoot it and he'll go in.
Great finish. And just the lefty low and away bouncer to the backside. Again, you'll see it in the replay. It's a good one. He's got the goalie shifting across the face of the goal and he sticks it backside. Williams unable to get back. So,
yeah, WA short stick defensive midfielders there, just not quite stepping up high enough upfield to send him down the alley. I'd like to see them stand up on that restraining line and send them down the alley where the help will be. Those sweeps are just, they seem to be giving WA a few too many issues there.
Absolutely.
But nevertheless, a great goal by Campbell McKinnon.
And it's just the depth of scoring as well. I think the short stick matchup, you saw Connor Davies sort of had that big first check attempt, but he was just a step or two too flat and he just wasn't
Lucas
able
Wood
to put
picks
the
up a
pressure on.
nice ground ball standing on the restraining line waiting for the free ball call.
Good ground ball under
Move it
pressure
behind.
there. Logan with it now. He's guarded by Russell. Ball's with WA on the far side. Koswara with it, sends it over for Kennedy. Kennedy has Millsop waiting for him. Koswara again with it. He's got Jason Bramall watching him, split right to right, down to Logan. Keegan Davies now with it.
Has to be here through Davies, has to get something going now with Sean Clark at X. Bit more experience there, bigger body, needs to draw a slide and make something happen for WA. Lockie Walker comes down the alley, he'll let it go and he'll go in.
Great finish on that one.
Really
and
nice
Dobson
goal.
unable to get down to it. And just too much heat on that one for the keeper to get there as Lachlan Walker had plenty of room to get that shot away.
Yeah, that's been his trademark all week, just that really nice drop step, sprint real fast to his right hand, whether it's at X, whether it's at the top, and he lets it go. Gets himself with his second goal, Tim, maybe?
Second, I believe, he opened the
Yeah.
scoring for WA. He split a double team on the crease to get in. That time he puts on the speed move for his second and ends the scoring drought for WA. It had been at least 20 minutes between goals for them as Bell wins the ball forward in the face-off. He can come up with it as well.
He might go to the rack here. He will get there too. No, he won't. He'll pull it out.
Good
It looked like he
defensive
was going to
collapse
get
there.
inside there, but I think maybe Aaron Salter did manage to get inside him well enough to just stop that run towards the cage.
Yeah, I think
Looking
good hustle there
dangerous.
from Salter, just doing enough to slow him down, let help arrive, and then Bell carried it out. Quas now behind with it for Victoria.
He's going back inside. Gee, just overplayed. Oh, Quas hits the crossbar. It looks like it's going to be WA ball.
Back up on the far side there. Yeah, it was Ashby Farrell just overcommitting to the outside. Quas got him back on the inside, just
Yeah.
couldn't finish there. As he
He's really looking to overplay that left side. It's probably a good plan against Peter Quas, but with that much room, he's just going to take the inside, force the D to collapse and open up some outside shooters somewhere, or of course just take it to the rack himself, which he does so well.
Legend has it that Peter Quas does have a right hand. He just he keeps it for special occasions. And the right lefty drive there, and he just, again, forcing his player too wide. Again, the error on the clear now. We'll see Victoria back with the ball. Dobson with it. Long pass up and over for
Yeah, that's probably
Harvey.
a bit too easy. They just want WA have got to start to make sure that they get those ones and make sure that they don't happen. They can set up a nice ride, but if they can just let Dobson throw the ball back over the top, he's
Ratchie takes the bump,
It's gonna
takes
be-
the second shot
it's going to
off
be
the
tough on
body.
him.
Backed up by
Quas will
Quas
just run
now.
in, he'll shoot and he'll score.
That time he puts
Just
it
making
away.
it too easy.
Footscray.
Oh, a little bit of argy-bargy going on in the crease, and their flag is down too. So John Kiplocks here is going to send someone off, and I believe
Like Dean Lawrence coming in late, I think.
it was the blue player. Who's that? Number 8.
I think Harvey was in there. And then we
So
may
he
see
might
it
have
in the
seen the
replay.
second one. I thought maybe it was the Victorian guy to begin with, but he's obviously seen the retaliation.
Yes, I'm not
And,
sure what happened. Not sure what happened in the lead-up. You saw it in the replay, though. Lawrence coming in, just the late bump against Harvey. And WA, not what they needed to give up
Yeah.
the man advantage to the Victorians just after they scored to make it a 4-point game again.
Yep. Nevertheless, the Refs mark their scorecard. One more to the VICs, and they set up an EMO again, finding the lanes fairly simply. WA looking to extend. They move the ball quite well in this, and then they get down into the lanes, get up for the outside shots.
Nice take on the crease there, just didn't have it quite where he wanted it as McKinnon fires that one high over the goal. Takes the bump and the Victorians back with it now.
Quass is just looking to get down into this lane here as Jim Lawson comes upfield. Kicks it back to Sean Clark. Through to the bottom corner. Ratchie, he tries to jump and just whack it in. But he's going to turn it over, and WA get the ball back. It's a good stop by them. Oh, that's going to be a foul too for a delay of game. Didn't get 5 metres away. Fairly simple one for the refs there. Excellent call. And WA will get a free clear as well. So penalty there's on number 23 for Blue, Tim Ratchie, for delaying the game. And Lockie Walker will look to get this ball at the halfway line for Western Australia and maybe just get one here and keep them in check. It looks like it's starting to sort of get away from them if they can get one here just before halftime now with only 2 minutes to go.
There we go. Just stem the tide of Victoria's scoring, take that momentum away, and again in the last couple of minutes of quarters, it's you know the momentum value of the goal almost doubles the value.
He's fallen over at X now. Who's that? River Bradley. He'll shoot. Just gets wide, but it will go back to WA.
Penalty
as
release now.
Bramall comes back down to play some D for the VICs.
Even strength. The first of the delay of game calls we've had.
Caleb Hall looks to be shutting out Mitchell Kennedy here. Maybe they've seen something that they don't like. VICs just trying to stifle, be a bit stingy, try to mess something up. And
in the first matchup they had, Hall was looking to match up one-on-one with Mitchell Kennedy and just pester him. You know, that's something Hall does well. He's just a gritty defender. Will play the chippy game with you. And again, just if you can keep that pressure on Kennedy and just hinder him enough.
Kennedy does have the speed probably on Caleb Hall, but Caleb Hall will fancy that matchup still.
Absolutely. Ball's now with
Lucas Wood.
He's got a lot of pressure on him.
O'Brien will try and go past. He gets it taken away from him. A good strip there.
Great trailing check from Lachlan
They
Russell.
come away with it now. Who's that? River Bradley gets upfield. They got 3 Vics streaming downfield. And unfortunately.
Pass off target there.
TK, ball on the field. TK, right to your right. TK, ball on the field.
Oop. There we go.
And WA will look to set up their clear again. They have had a little bit of trouble in the last quarter or so getting the ball out. So see if they've changed something up. They look to stack a couple of midfielders in the middle. It looks like Luke Walton here as well up on the halfway line. Potentially try and use that as bait to bait an extra guy going into D, but that won't bother Jason Bramall. He's going to go down there anyway. He does throw it long in the end, and they do get it down there, but he just can't quite handle that pass.
Logan has Russell with him.
But it is
halftime
in the book.
And we'll bring you some second quarter highlights there. It was a lower scoring affair than the opening term. And then we'll have an interview with under-19 Australian coach Gavin Levy. But highlights first, before we move on. Again, it was the clearing error, the riding error from WA, just giving Dobson that easy pass up into the attack line, and then a quick step down as they drew the man advantage on the flag, and Bramall just fired a bullet through the seam there to find Ratchie on the crease for the finish. Out of the face-off, and it was Nathan Bell winning it to himself, getting the Golden defenders or the midfielders to just shift off him, and then driving down the lane there, and that quick dish from Tim Ratchie, almost like he was trying to set a volleyball there. And the slam dunk from James Lawson on the crease. It was Ratchie again with it now. Up top, and we'd seen the sweeping game here as Campbell McKinnon this time, and you see Connor Davies just extending a little too far for that big check, loses his foot positioning, and McKinnon makes them pay there. The emphatic fist pump after the goal there, big one for McKinnon. And it was Lachlan Walker who ended the scoring drought for WA. He got by his man. It's not often you'll see Chris Moffat beaten up in a straight-on foot race, but Walker, just phenomenal athleticism, smokes by his man and then put it in the back of the net. And that was our last goal of the quarter now. And the Victorians back on the attack. Ratchie took the bump. The rebound came up. Quass came down with it and then just stuck that back corner. The shot before, Quass had hit the crossbar and missed wide. That time he stuck it in, and we just had that little extracurricular.
There was a headbutt in there too, wasn't there?
Move from the West
Australian
Australians who
defender.
sent Victoria up. And yeah, we'll take a quick break now as we get our interview ready, and then we'll be back with Andrew Harris and Gavin Levy to give you some insights into the under-19 preparation for next year's World Cup. Alrighty, we're back now, and we'll have just at the midline now, we're going to have Andrew Harris of the ALA. He'll be interviewing Aussie Under-19 men's head coach, Gavin Levy, and you'll see them just there now. So let's hear from Gavin Levy how the Aussie Under-19 preparation is going with Andrew Harris.
So, thank you, and it's my pleasure to introduce you to Gavin Levy, who is the head coach of the men's under-19 Australian squad at this point. Welcome, Gavin, and who are actually competing, and this is really quite strange, isn't it, in Limerick, Ireland in 2020. So that should be an adventure in itself. So, Gavin, so far, how's the program been looking?
Yeah, it's good. It's been a bit of a slow burn up to this point. We've just made the first cut, so we're down to about 57 guys. We're going through state-based camps at the moment, and just starting to put some structures in place because, as we know, we're going to the Maverick Challenge in another month.
Okay, and so from that squad that you've got now, where do you see its strengths?
At the moment, just the depth is a real good thing. Previous 19s, while we've had some really good players, we haven't had the depth that we have in this squad. Obviously, because of that, there's going to be some hard decisions made, in the next month, the next 3-4 months. So yeah. So
when will that? When will you come up with the final team? And you don't have to give away any secrets, mate. That's okay. But roughly, how far out from the championship will you make that decision?
We're looking at we'll pick our 23 early January 2020. Yeah. So.
Okay. Oh, well, that gives them a bit of time to get, for you to be able to, work with them as a final team. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. So once we make that team, we try to put as much work as we can into that 23 between January and when we go away in July.
Okay. So between now and then, what's the program look like for the squad? So I know you've got the Maverick Challenge coming up, have you?
Yes. Yeah, so July is the Maverick Challenge. Then we'll do another round and we do a cut after that down to probably around the 40 to 45 mark. Then we're going to do some full squad camp in October. Then state-based camps in December, and that's when we're going to go down to, that 28 to 30 mark. And then we'll take those 30 kids to the Southern Cross Tournament in 2020 and pick our final 23 from there.
So a really busy schedule going forward to the final cut, and then onto the championship itself.
Yeah, so really from here on, it gets quite busy. Up to here, it's been a little bit slower, but it starts to really build especially from the Maverick Challenge onwards.
So with the Maverick Challenge, I know there's a team coming out from the USA, there's a team coming out from Japan. What do you look for from the squad players to show you at that, that event, to prove that they've got what it takes to go on to the next step?
It's just the ability to play against the teams you don't know. So we know that the US will play a certain style, and I'm under the impression that Japan will play a different style again because of their builds and the way they go. So the kids to be able to adapt, trying to work with players from other states. We haven't gotten it together a lot so far, so for each state to be able to intermingle in the way they mix is going to be real key going forward.
Good. Look, I know that the men's senior team, probably a couple of years now, had that Maverick Challenge themselves, and I know it was a good platform launching into the actual team that was picked. So for people out there, this is happening in July at the Footscray Lacrosse Club. So it'll be a really great opportunity to come out and look at this under-19 squad. And you've got two squads operating?
Yeah, so we've got two teams, two even teams, green and gold. So each team will play, or one team will play the US one day, and the other team will play Japan. And then we're actually going to play against each other every day as well.
So that's a fairly full on, isn't it? Yeah. So look, for all the I suppose the young lacrosse players that may be listening to this and sort of, in that 14, 15-year-old bracket that are looking the next under-19s or whatever, what do you say to them? What skills do they need to develop now so it will take them into that international field?
Get on the wall every single day. Our skill set is what probably lets us down ultimately under pressure, and then just physically they need, if you want to play well internationally, you need to start getting in the gym at 14, 15 like the big nations do, and watch as much lacrosse as you can, start to learn. But yeah, warble. If you can catch and throw left hand, right hand under pressure, you're putting yourself in a really good headspace to be well prepared for the 19 or senior program.
And I think that's really great advice for both boys and girls. It doesn't matter what. You've got to have that stick skills and you've got to have the skills to move forward. Okay, Gavin, a quick one here. What's going to happen with this game? Very quick. What do you think?
Well, I'm hoping WA get up. I think both sides, once the ball's been in their half, they look dangerous. It's just who gets the ball out of the middle of the field and takes their opportunities from here. I'm still picking WA by one.
Yeah, but you're not biased, are you? Okay, thanks, Gavin. I really appreciate the time, and enjoy the second half. Thank you.
Alrighty, and we see the Victorians there. We've got both sides just out having a throw. It's the longer half-time breaks in the championship games, just allowing us for these interviews, getting you the insights from the international coaches. And again, we'll have, before the women's final, we'll have the ALA president, Glenn Morley, for an interview. And then at halftime, we'll have Stacey Morlang, co-head coach of the Australian Under-19 women's team, who are going to head off in about a month for their World Cup. And we'll get some insights and have a chat with her. And there we go. You see Steve Green there just doing some halftime negotiations. So we'll be back in about 2 minutes for play as we see the sides out there just keeping their sticks warm. It was a big start from WA. They got up with 3 early on, then had a 20-plus minute drought before Lachlan Walker found their 4th. It was Dobson in goals for Victoria. Hasn't seen a lot of shots so far, but hasn't had many saves when he has. The Victorian defence doing a good enough job, though, to keep WA from getting the looks they need. And then that duo in the centre of Nathan Bell and Sean Clark have been getting the ball for the Victorians. So WA got to keep testing the water offensively if they can, and we'll see how they go from there. During the halftime break, Rhett Johnston was warming up. He may be getting the look in goals. Not sure, though, as the double goalie system from WA, they've been rotating through. Now it looks like Sam Williams will be back out there. So Johnston staying warm. Obviously, he has to go in, but Sammy Williams still getting the nod. He's had some big saves for WA to keep Victoria honest. And we're about to get underway with the opening face-off for the second half of play here. Victoria lead 8-4. And it's Aaron Salter and Sean Clark picking up where we left off in the first. So, Luke, what do you want to see here in the second half to get WA back into this game?
Oh, look, I think they just need to play to their strengths. They'll obviously get the ball here for a push, but yeah, get their guys into the right positions, keep dodging hard down the alley and cause the slides. The Victorian defenders, they do like to slide a fair bit, and I think they can be opened up at times, so it is possible. They've got to really move the ball well, move the ball fast and crisp, and certainly be a bit more stingy on defence.
Absolutely. It's a rangy Victorian defence, but if you can capitalise on that, force the errors, they do leave themselves open for those long recoveries. And if WA can take advantage there, they will get some opportunities. Again, it's just whether they capitalise or not. Connor Davies with the ball now. Sends it behind for O'Brien. Logan on the near side. He's got Bramall watching him. Up top for O'Brien. Logan now, he's got the shorty matchup of Bramall. Turns inside, looks at his hands free and sails that one high and wide as he's falling to the ground. Lachlan Walker with the ball now. Walker had two for WA in the first. Mitch Kennedy has been a bit quiet on the offensive side of things. We saw Caleb Hall matching up on him at one point. That seems to have been switched out during the halftime break. Kennedy matched up with Melsop again as Davies takes the bump from Glutene, loses the ball. And bump behind the play there. We'll see a flag. Davies, some frustration, the shove. And that one, the pass meant for the inside. Williams was coming out to hit Lawson. And as we'll see in the replay, I think Lachlan Russell is going to have his first goal of the tournament. But again, just some frustration there, I think. Glutene and Davies getting caught up, and we see Russell here send this one inside for Lawson. Tipped through the middle and unable to get a piece of it. Finds the back of the net there. And the Victorians getting around Pup there. So Davies will serve.
I was just thinking that. I'm not actually sure.
Yeah, not sure who's been officially credited with the goal. It came off the stick of Lachlan Russell, the pass, but may have been tipped on the way in, and I think the player who tips it in is the credited player.
Absolutely correct.
So not sure whether it came off Williams or Lawson on the way in, though.
Be a moving pick there for sure. Yeah.
Bit of extracurricular there, the moving pick, and then players getting caught up in the middle, and it's going to be WA with the ball. Lachlan Walker picks it up, sends it up and over for Kennedy. They're down a player, but if they can kill the penalty and get themselves into the attacking side of things, bring this difference back to 4. Walker with the ball now. He's watched by Chris Moffat. Over now for Kennedy. Victorians not pushing out too far, looking for a double or anything. They're just holding the West Australians at arm's length. Koswara with the ball now, sends it out behind. Wood there, and we're back to even strength, 6-on-6. And it's Rob Logan who's come back into the fray for the black and gold. Caleb Hall, big trail check, knocks the ball loose. Neither side able to get a hold of it there. Hold called against Golden, I think, if we were able to see that one again. I think both players were holding on to the other, just sort of getting themselves caught up there. But Hall will come up with the ball. And the Victorians look to get on the attack. So good penalty kill there from WA, but unable to capitalise once it went to even strength. Lawson with the ball now at the backside. He's guarded by Walton. Step down shot taken by Williams, knocks it in front. Logan comes up with it, tries to get it to Williams, can't get it on target though. And that ball's going to make it out of bounds, and it's going to be Victoria ball now. Lawson gesturing to the team. Sorry, just telling him to calm things down a little bit. Again, I think Victoria sometimes looking a little bit frantic on the attack line. I think they get a little bit trigger happy sometimes with the number of offensive looks and matchups they can give themselves, but they're settling it down now, swinging it around the outside, and again making this WA defence move and adjust to meet them. Harvey with the ball now. What do you think this West Australian defence needs to do to ramp the pressure up on the Victorians? They've been having a hard time of it so far.
Yeah, I thought they actually played that number 20 for Western Australia. Who's that number 20?
Rob Logan.
Rob Logan. He actually played quite good D there. You just you got to get yourself set, shuffle left and right, don't get your legs crossed over, and actually send them to a place where you know that your help's going to come. So right there, he sends him straight to number 8 in goal. That's Luke Walton, and they can stifle them back out to the side of the field and reset. So again, slide can come there. They do get one in. The slide's a little bit late.
Big finish there from Tim Ratchie, and there's a flag on the play as well.
Not sure what that one's for. We'll have to...
It was, TK on the backside there.
I think he's called a slash, so I'll have to just wait and see. Maybe Dean Lawrence there, number 3 in gold. He's given him one as he's running away towards the goal. Just a little love tap on the back, but they're the ones they're looking for.
Absolutely, and that's the thing. It's right in front of that trailing that referee on the far corner. Tim Kennedy is all over it, and it's just again not what WA need. They're putting themselves in tough spots, and they're just having a hard time coming up with the answers for Victoria's questions so far. Salter gets the ball there after the loose ball push, and they'll look to kill another penalty now. Walker has Moffat guarding him.
Hasn't been checked in yet either, so they can go back if he wants. But it looks like Lockie Walker's just going to go right to the back as Jason Bramwell picks him up. They potentially just try and hold it out here and kill the man down problem. Victoria won't mind. They won't mind. WA want to waste that extra little bit of time. They've got the 6-goal lead now for Victoria, so if they want to waste an extra minute, Victoria won't mind.
Absolutely, and I think this wily WA offense would definitely look to capitalise. If you send that double out over commit, they'll try and get the man down goal. They're not gonna wait and be polite about it as we go back to even strength now with O'Brien, and Shane O'Brien with the ball now. Trevor O'Brien up top. Kennedy has Millsop watching him. Ball behind now for Walker. Moffat has had the matchup on Walker through the day so far.
Walker
gets under
inside.
one, gets under another. Big save there from Dobson. Doing some sort of action yoga pose there as he manages to get the body to it. And backed up though by WA. Another save there for Dobson. Again, he was having trouble earlier on in the opening quarter against WA's shooters, but he's come up with some saves now. And again, I think it's just this Victorian defence have just tightened a few things up, putting this West Australian offence under more pressure and forcing the lower percentage shots there, giving their goalie a chance to find the ball. Across the top now, and it's Lucas Wood with it. He's got Bramall with him. Across the top now, big trailing check off target, can't get it through. Hitch there from O'Brien. Dropping down, may have just bounced over of its own accord. Not sure if any of the Victorians got a piece of it. But again, just that pressure there.
Gee, that was actually pretty good ball movement from WA, and they would just really love to get that one back again. As he gets topside, he might have another go here, O'Brien.
Yeah, I was almost surprised he didn't pull the trigger on that one. Dobson down low to save that. Yeah, that was the ball movement. They had the Victorian defence on ice skates and just couldn't capitalise there as Quass is off to the races. Sends it out wide, looking for Ratchie. Ratchie, the big shot. I think Luke Walton took the brunt of that one, but it's backed up now by WA. Walton just doing a good job putting his body on the line there. Gets the stuff. Williams now. Ball. The double is coming for him. Cradles away. Ashby Farrell can't get a handle on the ball now, and there's two Victorians there to try and get it off him. James Lawson got the stick to it, tried to keep it in bounds, couldn't do so, and it's going to be West Australian ball now. Again, this Victorian ride has been causing trouble for the West Australians. They'll look to clear now. Lachlan Walker with the ball. May just look to play the ball taxi and run this one. And Ratchie just giving a little bit too much room to Koswara, who's going to take that one and carry across the midline now. Ball's behind now with Trevor O'Brien. Fleet sends it up for Keegan Davies. Kennedy now sends it down low. He's got Koswara behind.
It's a good match up here for WA. Walker.
Big step down shot for Walker. He hits his third, making it 5 for WA. Big finish, and that one just coming in off the pipe. Dobson at full stretch, couldn't get there, and just good ball placement there from Walker. Just putting it out of reach of the keeper, bouncing it wide and away. And we'll see in the replay there, I think the Victorians showing for the help there. And yeah, just the long-range shot from Walker, but you saw Moffat just collapsing down to help. He was agreeing with Luke Keesing. He thought it wasn't a favourable defensive matchup, Koswara and Clark. And as he came in to help, he just couldn't get back in time. And again, we were talking about this rangy Victorian defence, and it takes a long time to recover. They're coming out a long way. I think we've got a foot coming in there from Bell, and it's going to be WA ball. Farrell will take it now. High ball up and over. Gets it to Trevor O'Brien. Moffat coming for him.
Yeah, Chris Moffat for Victoria is having an excellent game. He's just guarding whoever his matchup is, just guarding him like a rash, just all over him. And they're struggling to get anything through a stick of number 10 in blue. That's for sure.
Absolutely, and it's a tough one to take as an attackman. That matchup, Moffat is so fast. He can back himself out a long way, and if you get by him, his ability to recover to his own player is.
Good play there by...
Just making it over in time there.
He might shoot even, but they get it back.
So it's good alertness by O'Brien, charging across the midline to let Ashby Farrell run. And WA back up the shot there. And they'll look to get back on the attack. They trail by 5, 10-5. Again, they had 3 really early in the first, but then the Victorian defence looked to put a full stop at the end of that run, and an error there will see Victoria get the ball. Caleb Hall coming out for it. Again, we may see. No, he sends it off to Dobson. Doesn't want to taxi it through traffic. And again, Victoria, no rush on the clear here. No time on the clear in the international rules, obviously. And we see this one now coming for Lucas Parsons Quintiao. He's a member of the Victorian indoor side, the Nationals recently. He had a big performance there, and member of the last ASPAC side. He is a rising star from this Footscray Lacrosse Club and an exciting presence in the Victorian lacrosse scene, so expect big things from him. And this WA side as well, a number of new players. I think, no one could match South Australia for the youth movement this year in the tournament, but again, it's exciting to see these young players stepping up. You know, whether it's ASPAC trials or under-19 Aussie trials they're looking at as well. The national tournament gives them that exposure. Sides like these WA and Victorian sides, you've got a smattering of Australian players throughout. dodge there from Parsons. Just couldn't get his stick free, but it's picked up by Lawson, and we're going to have a flag on the play. Luke Walton's guarding the feet inside. Finds McKinnon. Big body save there from Williams, though. Williams, I believe, keeper for the Australian side when they were away in Manchester.
2010.
There we go, 2010. At the other end, Dobson, an under-19 keeper in 2016. We've got, the likes of Mitch Kennedy, Lachlan Walker, Caleb Hall, James Lawson, and just the talent on show is good. But again, it's exciting when you've got the young guys playing up with the seniors. Ball up top now with Clark as the Victorians look to capitalise on the EMO. Quass has it, looks inside, decides against it. Now looking for McKinnon. He gets the ball, can't get his hands free. Then he does somehow. Had 3 sticks over his and managed to just get himself unhooked and put that by Williams. And we'll see it on the replay here, that pass to the inside. Just a good job there, keeping a hold of it. So Quass thought about that look into McKinnon, and then we see it on that second one. And just as that third defender arrived, it was Fleet coming in, and I'm not sure if Simon Fleet's checked, almost dislodged McKinnon's stick from the other Western Australian defenders, but he makes him pay there, and it's 11-5 now as McKinnon gets his second of the game.
Yeah, just needed to check that stick down to the ground. Salter wins another one easily. He'll get out the back, but he's pursued. Should go out
numbers
the back.
coming for him.
Does.
Big bump there from Lucas Parsons. And we'll have a flag on the play here.
It's like Lucas Parsons is going for a late one.
There we go. So it's going to be even strength for a short time, and then WA will go man up once the penalty is released on Luke Walton. Clock is on the field as well. Short time left. Expect WA to hold for possession, and then they will start the fourth quarter with the ball. Kennedy on the near side now, just holding. Walker with it now. Maybe they will go to goal. Walker down the alley.
Interesting
Big
they decided
shot.
to try and go there, but they are even, so that won't make a difference because it doesn't matter if 2 players are in the penalty box, 1 from each team, and even strength at the end of time. It actually doesn't matter. They'll still face it off anyway, so it's probably the right decision to go to the cage by Lockie Walker, just unfortunately not getting that one there. But
there we go. I thought the WA penalty was being released just before, so maybe, yes, if they were even strength 5-on-5, maybe the good call there from Walker, but Dobson got a piece of it and sent it high over the goal. Let's have some highlights now from the third quarter of play as Victoria lead 11-5 over WA. First one here, and it was Davies looking to get by the big bump. We saw a flag on the play for the late hit that came after it, and it was Lachlan Russell looking to get that clearing pass inside. Again, still not quite sure who tipped it in. We're not sure who's credited with that one, but James Lawson was the intended target on the crease, and as Williams came out to body the recipient of the pass, both players missed it and it went in the goal. Victoria back with it again. Ratchie on the far side there. He got by Lawrence and then just got called for the slash there afterwards as well as he won his one-on-one matchup and drove to goal. WA were set to hit another one as both teams head back out. We may just get it. The ball up top, and again, it was Moffat showing down for that help. Couldn't get back in time, and Lachlan Walker hit his third of the game. And the last one here, it was Victoria again. We saw him on the man up. Quass thought about that feed inside to McKinnon, decided against it, and then jammed in the middle. Just WA players not doing enough to get his stick down. They sort of checked and held at his chest height, but just didn't do enough to get the stick out of his hands or the ball out of the stick. And we're back now. One free wing. It's 2-on-2 in the centre. Picked up now. Galutne has it. Got a break on that one there. So the Victorian crossed the line before possession was called. So WA with the ball now, and they are man up. Their penalty has been released. They went into three-quarter time, even strength 5-on-5. But we'll see their power play now. Ball's up top with Shane O'Brien.
All the 1%ers matter in this last quarter for WA. They need to make sure that they hit every shot, every clear, ride well, check well. It all matters now. On a 6-goal deficit, Kennedy here. Dobson comes up
Dobson,
big, but he
save.
gets the
Kennedy
loose
the
chain.
rebound, and he puts it away.
That's just unlucky.
Yeah, as a goalkeeper, you're spewing after one like that. Get the big save, but then the rebound, especially if it's the original shooter who gets his own rebound, nothing quite as bad.
I'll tell you what, it was a beauty from Kennedy and an even better save initially. Watch this. Check side high, bad luck, loose change, turn and rake. But
Just found that bottom corner, and yeah, just good placement on both of them. So that's WA, and we're talking about those 1%ers. I think getting scraps after a rebound like that, that's definitely one of those ones you want to be winning as a contest. And it's 11-6, trailing by 5 now. And we're back to even strength as Nathan Bell wins the face-off to himself. Numbers coming in. Jeff Melsop appears as a release pass. Sends it down low for James Lawson now, and the Vics look to settle into attack. Far side now, Alex Pike with the ball. And the Vics will just swing it around again. No rush for them to get to goal. They're going to let this WA defence come out to them. See what they can throw at him. Quast now with the ball up top. Sends it on for Pike. We know Pike can get that lefty sweep. Sends it over for Quast. He's guarded well by Luke Walton. Campbell McKinnon now the lefty. Pulls the trigger. Can't get it on target though as he turns the corner there.
shorter quarters too now in these tournaments. I wouldn't expect WA will go too much longer without pushing out, so expect to see them coming out before too long. In these tournaments, final game, may as well lose by 10 rather than just let them have it. So I expect them to pressure out before too long.
Absolutely, and this WA side, plenty of athleticism in there. They've had a hard time of it so far, but they're not lacking for speed. So if they can get the press out, good job defensively there from Lawrence, but the ground ball scrap continues. Neither side able to come up with a clean. McKinnon somehow gets it. The backhanded shovel of a shot finds the chest pad of Williams, whose positioning was solid on that one. And Victoria come up with it again. Bit of a scrap there, and we're seeing the WA defence are pressing out further and further, but again, not quite enough to get the ball out of the Victorians yet. McKinnon has it again. Ball's with Bramall now. He's got Kennedy watching him. Goes the split to his right, the jump shot. Williams high for the save. Ball may have been going just over the goal, but Williams was up there to eat that one. Clearing pass. Locke Russell gets it. Don't think he thought he could cross, so he turns back. Moffat has it now. He's got Wood coming for him as he's backpedaling away. Sends it in for Dobson.
Just getting a little unsettled there, WA. Didn't come up with that first ground ball, threw it away on the clear. Panic stations might be starting to set in early. There's still plenty of time in this game, but turnovers like that, just like I talked about at three-quarter time, those little 1%ers, like we're going to get a ball back here from Lucas Wood, that's awesome. They're the ones that they need, and they got a flag down now too. They have to pursue this. And he's been called for going back outside the restraining line. Going in and out, you can't do that without the flag just being picked back up and someone sent to the box. So WA will go man up, and they really need this one here. They really need to do a good job of getting this ball in the net and just making sure that they reward their D for getting the ball back then. That was a nice play.
Absolutely, and I think WA defensively, there's a big difference between fast and frantic. They need to be playing fast lacrosse, but frantic is not going to get you the ball when you need it. Wood on the near side now with it, sends it up top for Shane O'Brien. Ball's behind with Walker now. Up top for O'Brien, sends it over for Kennedy. Kennedy thought about a step down, gets inside. Great finish there as he gets by his man. Just that little hitch just planting Jeff Millsop's feet in place, and we'll see it on the replay as Kennedy gets another. It's good ball movement. Millsop maybe a little bit low there as he's coming up, but again, just not quite enough. He goes the poke check. It's not enough to phase Mitch Kennedy, and he puts that one away to the far side.
Yeah, Mitch Kennedy's a big guy, and if you throw the poke check at him, he's just going to walk straight through that check.
And it's 11-7, I believe, the final score in the first meeting between these two teams we had on round one of the men's comp. But plenty of lacrosse to be played, and WA are not going anywhere at the moment. Walton chases after that one, comes up with it. Farrell there now has it. He's driving in, fakes the handoff. Runs himself into trouble, though. Maybe a good timeout called on that one. Farrell looked like he was maybe going to lose it.
100% right call there. Really would like to have seen him give that ball off. It's one of those ones where you can keep trailing down, get the ball behind the goal, crash the crease hard if you're the long pole, but trying to run through other long poles with the ball in your stick, it's just like I said, those 1%ers, it's just not going to help them if they lose that ball there. So a bit of a break for WA, but we'll see how this works out for them.
Again, 4 points the difference. Plenty of time left as WA, you see in the huddle there. Just getting some defensive instruction. And again, I think it was the big pass fake from Farrell. Just Minnie had the ball in that stick a little too long. He either needed to get it, either try and finish the run with the ball clean, or just get the ball out of his stick and finish it as a pass option. I think he tried to set the defender in place, and when the Victorian defender didn't move, he was running into trouble straight away. And we'll see WA on the attack now. Had a big goal from Kennedy on their last possession. Can they capitalise on this one? Trevor O'Brien with the ball now. Lachlan Walker sends it over for Koswara. Even strength. Keegan Davies behind, who's watched by Caleb Hall. Up top, Lachlan Walker giving himself plenty of room to work. He's guarded by Lachlan Russell. That shot wide of the target may have been a Victorian getting a piece of it. Not sure, though. Backed up now, though, by Victoria. WA really needed to have that one backed up to get themselves the ball back. The Vics will look to squash that momentum again for the gentleman in gold. Dobson cradles up, sends it up to Matthew Harvey there. And Millsop just hanging out in the attack there. He's a shooting threat. He's got a bit of a cannon on him if he can get the shot away. Ratchy with the ball now, sends it up and in for Caleb Hall. Quas there with it, and just a good change of planes. Catches high, turns his body, and almost using himself as a screen as he swings his stick through there, gets it low. Williams unable to get down in time, and it's 12-7 now. Victorians in the lead. And Ratchy saw the pressure coming after him. WA really pressing out there, and then as Harvey came in, he was able to find Quas on the inside, and just that turn and finishes. He gets it down under Williams. Vic's up by 5 again. Quas's third of the game. He's been steady for the Victorians. Legal procedure there, and the ball is going to go to the Victorians. Not what WA needed there. Salter has been big, but we don't want to see him falter late in the game. Campbell McKinnon with it now. He's got Fleet watching him. Gets inside that. Bramall now. Ratchy on the near side.
Yeah, WA just rolling the dice here now. They're going to have to see if they can get some turnovers.
Yeah, just got to back themselves on their matchups, and we're seeing it. They're pushing out now Rob Logan. He's a good short stick defender. Alex Pike gets the step around him that time, though. Bramall looking down through the lane. McKinnon shot on that one, backed up by James Lawson. His shot just wide of the mark. Bramall now with it. He's got Farrell coming after him. Farrell, a rangy defender. Can't get the check on that one. And Bramwell looking inside for McKinnon. McKinnon can't get the stick around it. Ground ball fumbled. Lewison got a stick to it, but again, it's back inside. Big hold on that one. Flag on the play. And Fleet somehow keeps a hold of it, but that'll end play on that one. And
he's actually snapped his stick there. I'd say they're going to probably call this one instead of a hold. They're going to bump it up to a minute.
Absolutely, you see it. Tim Ratchie there, and I think again you see his stick went around the player, and he just kept his arms in there as his stick snapped. So again, yeah, going from the hold to the big pull down there. Fleet somehow came up with the ball in his stick though, just couldn't get the pass up. So we'll see WA go man up. Can they capitalise here? 5 points the difference. 12-7 is the score as the referees run off collecting their laundry.
He did bump that one up to a minute for a cross check.
Okay.
WA absolutely need to hit the scoreboard here. If they don't hit the scoreboard here, it's probably just about over.
Yeah, almost want them to fire fast, call a timeout, and not let the clock run down as they, want to keep the momentum, get it back. Victoria just stifling them so far. Shot in the crease there, Lucas Wood. Not sure if Dobson got a piece of it, but it's wide of the mark if he didn't. Nice find inside, just had to get that one on target. Backed up, Walker has the ball. Fakes the handoff, turns the corner. Great finish on that one by Lachlan Walker.
Giving them a glimmer of hope still as they call a timeout to lock Tim Ratchie, I believe it is, in the box. Time to go, approximately 5 minutes. They'll absolutely need to face off here and go back down man up again.
Yeah, so we'll see the replay on this one. And Walker faked that handoff, and then coming across the crease, Bradley just arriving a little bit too late. Walker has his hands free, drops him low and wraps that one around Dobson to make it 12-8. 4 points the difference. 5 minutes to go. Plenty of life left in the game, but WA have to start eating into this lead a bit more. Victoria have been able to answer goal for goal most of the way through late in the game. WA need a bit of a run now if they're going to keep things going for themselves. And after this game today at 2:30, we're going to have the championship matchup between South Australia and the Victorian women. Victoria looking to rebound after an upset loss last year in the final. They'd beaten WA in pool play, and then WA snuck back, got that win by 1 point. Disappointing for them. They weren't able to come back for a rematch of the final. South Australia back in the comp after a year out, and they'll be looking to take it to the Victorians. They went down yesterday in a tough matchup, but they'll be looking to get the change of result today as they look to take out Victorians on home soil. But again, plenty of lacrosse yet to be played here. 12-8's the score, 4 points the difference. Bit under 5 minutes to go, illegal procedure. And it's going gold again. Not what Nathan Bell would have wanted, but Salter will take it. And especially on the man up there, giving them the set straight into their man up play. And Kennedy with the ball there. Wood turns as his player overcommits. Able to get back inside there. Good show from Melsop. Fakes the handoff. O'Brien.
Even side now.
Back to even. Again, just not quick enough off that timeout. Koswara with the ball up top. He's got Harvey watching him. Misdirect. Gets by his man O'Brien. Big low to high shot there. And we've got the hit behind play. Melsop called for the cross check there against Koswara. And watching this one back again, you'll see the ball heads up with O'Brien. Maybe not quite making it back to the replay there, but WA with the ball now. Step down shot into the chest pad of Dobson. Got to do a bit more than that to test the Victorian keeper, Rob Logan. Giving Dobson the body save as they'll look to clear with a man advantage. Good check there on the trail. O'Brien able to get that one out of the stick of Moffat. Inside now, Walker has it. Looks up top for O'Brien. That pass deflected by Caleb Hall. Does just enough to get a piece of it. Picked up now, Lachlan Russell. Great pick up there from the young pup out of Williamstown. Sends it up to Ratchie. Ratchie has O'Brien coming for him. Takes the bump but loses the ball. Ball in the middle now. It's on the deck. Neither side able to come up with it clean yet. It's knocked loose. Ashby Farrell got a good piece of it. No call there as he bumps Quas. Still loose. Picked up now, and there's a flag on the play. Great ground ball from young Lucas Parsons Quintiao. Takes the bump there, sends it inside, looking for the crease, and Sammy Williams was looking to come out and say hello to Caleb Hall. That pass just high of the mark, though.
I think you might have said a little more than hello.
Well, we'll call it a friendly hello. Coming out for a gentleman's discussion, but we'll see the Victorians go man up on this one, and it's not what WA needed. James Lawson with the ball now. 4 points in front. Bit over 2 minutes to go, and we're going to have a minute's man up. Sean Clark with the ball there. Sends it on to Hall. Wouldn't be surprised to see the Victorians almost run the full minute on this one and then look for a shot late. No rush for them to get this one toward the goal.
100% agree with you, Dubbo.
Big push there. Fleet can't get out to it, though. In the crease now, looking for McKinnon. Got his hand to a big one off the pipe there. It's picked up, though, again by the Victorians as they go back to even strength. So with 2 looks at goal, neither of them successful. Good pressure there from WA to keep them out. But, again, every minute wasted is a minute in the advantage of the Victorians as Mitch Kennedy is coming out, and he is all over Pete Quas. Quas takes the pressure, sends it on now. And we've got a stall warning on the play. Victorians have to keep it in their attacking area. Not allowed to leave, or else it will be WA ball. Lawson with it now. Sweeps across the top, looks inside. Loses that one. He may have been almost about to cross the restraining line anyway, and WA get it back their way. Lachlan Walker with the ball. Backpedals away from traffic. Doesn't have time to spare, though. He's got to make something happen if anything is going to happen. Koswara with the ball now. Looks for his one-on-one matchup. He's got the short stick there. Save Dobson. Gets down low for that one. Good defensive pressure. James Lawson, normally the strict attacker. Ratchie takes the big bump. Ratchie and Farrell both feeling that one. Farrell slow to get up, does so though. He's looking all right, just winded. Timeout was the call. Again, good timeout call there by the Victorians as Ratchie had traffic coming towards him. But again, with less than a minute to go, I think we're going to have the clock on the field any second now, and it is looking like Victoria are coming away with the goods.
Almost lost our broadcast station there, boys.
That's a big body coming at you. Ratchie is a solid guy. If he comes in at speed, I don't know. We'd be sacrificing Scott Gill's equipment, saving ourselves. 35 seconds that you see on your screen, that is accurate to game time, as you'd expect from our producer here, Scott Gill. (12-8), Vic up by 4. Timeout. They'll have the ball back. Expect WA to come out firing, but it may just be too little too late. Say may. It's a pretty confident prediction, I think, for myself there. Bramall's going to start with the ball here. And the Vics can run this one out.
They can go all the way back to the goalie here if they want to. They have not checked it in. They can just go all the way back.
Absolutely no over and back in play.
Don't know if Jason Bramall knows that, but he gets through
knows.
anyway.
He gets through the traffic. Farrell's coming after him. He sends it down for Lawson. Fakes the handoff. He's got one coming at him and sends it up and inside. Bramall with the ball now. Farrell comes in. Quas gets the pass. Logan's coming out after Peter Quas. Big checks there. Unable to get it. The swim moves, weaving between traffic. And
put it in the books, boys. That's another one for the Vics.
Absolutely. Big finish there, and the Victorians are going to come away with it 12-8. It was a slow start for the Vics. WA came out firing, put 3 by Dobson early on, but the Vics were able to staunch the flow, and they've come out 12-8 victorious, adding another one for them. 4 on the trot now, I believe, for Victorian men. And the VICs getting around goalie Luke Dobson there at the attack line. It was some big performances too. We'll bring you some fourth quarter highlights, and then we'll head out onto the field to hear the MVP announcements from the game as WA looking heads down low over there, but it was a good showing from them to put up the fight they did. Just unable to get the consistency they needed, and it was to start that one off. It was Mitch Kennedy, the big save from Dobson, but Kennedy gets his own rebound and puts that one away to the far side corner. WA back on the attack now as we see handling behind, looking up top, and Lachlan Walker again. Mitch Kennedy just saw the poke check coming from Millsop, and he just took it in his stride. Wasn't enough to phase him as he got that step down shot there. I was back with Victoria here, and Matt Harvey bringing it down the lane there. Quas turn and fire. Sam Williams turn and rake as Quas put one by the big keeper from WA. It was the backup now on this one, and Lachlan Walker on the inbounds play, able to back himself. And you just see this delayed coma slide. River Bradley not able to get there in time as Walker gets that one by Dobson. Lachlan Walker was a big influence in this game, as we expected from Walker and Kennedy, really. And as we see that one again. So 12-8 the final. Again, just that late slide coming across crease. Walker able to capitalise on it. And again, that one just in the loop there as we send Luke Keesing out to find someone to talk to. The South Australian always looking for a friend. Teams lining up to shake hands. Again, we'll try and have the MVP medal presentation over this side as Keesing goes out for a chat. Maybe hoping... May not be an MVP presentation. I may have spoken a little bit preemptively on that one, but stay tuned with us. And both sides out, just shaking hands now. A few hugs to be shared. A number of these players have been teammates on different Australian sides, as we've got Luke Keesing out in the middle there to talk to Jason Bramall of the Victorian lineup.
Great game, congratulations on the win. What were the keys to the game today?
Thanks, Luke. They ride really hard today. You know, we set up down low. We tried to attack their middies when they were trying to clear the ball. I think the guys really pushed hard, and we got some turnovers. We got the ball back.
Yeah, certainly from our point of view, you guys certainly got going a bit slow to begin with. What was the difference there when they got out to that 3-goal lead?
They just jumped us, to be honest. I think we lost the first couple of face-offs. We knew we had it in us, so we just sort of regrouped and just came back, got through our sets, and then we got a couple of goals and momentum came our way.
Awesome, yeah, and talk to me about some of the guys that stood tall for you guys today. Obviously, we had our guys from the bench, but talk to me about some of your guys and how you saw their game today.
Yeah, after the first quarter, I think our two face-off guys really worked hard. Obviously, Luke Dobson, our goalie, he played a great game. Defence, we had our matchups, and I think if we look back at who scored and when they scored, our matchups did the job.
Excellent. Well, Jace, thanks very much for the chat. Go and enjoy the win. Good job.
Alrighty, that was Luke Keesing talking with Jason Bramall of the Victorian side. And we'll keep him out there, maybe able to have a few more talks with the Victorians. Again, don't think there is an MVP presentation after this final game. And you see Footscray Lacrosse Club's #1 ticket holder over there getting picked up in the air by Jeff Millsop, Brad Mollison over celebrating with the boys. Footscray's favourite son there, and the defender by way of Adelphi. Footscray player now, was a member of that last Australian side. Keesing roaming around. Alrighty, so it looks like we do have a presentation for the MVPs. You'll see scorer Sally Plum there in the middle with the medals. That was the clue I needed. And we'll get mics to the coaches so we can hear that through the stream. And I'll cut out and leave you in peace while we see the MVPs for both sides now.
First of all, thanks to the VICs. What a game! The pressure that you brought was amazing. To our younger guys, we've had an amazing week. Walk away really, really proud. I think we've all learnt from it, and the intensity that we'll take back to our clubs and play. Your MVP today, Lockie Russell.
The Western Australia, congratulations on making the final. Congratulations on being Victoria, enjoying this fantastic weather, the sensational club. While I've got the microphone, Tim Lane, Chris Miles, Footscray Lacrosse Club, I think you've done a fantastic job, and I'm sure the afternoon won't change. It's always a tough tussle, Victoria, Western Australia, probably more so than anything else. I know we look forward to it, and we're very, very pleased to come away with a win. But the MVP for WA is Mitch Kennedy, number one.
Alrighty, and we're back as we see Lachlan Russell for Victoria getting MVP and Mitch Kennedy MVP for Western Australia there. Final score 12-8. Victoria coming out on top, and again we'll have the women's final coming to you at 2:30 p.m. But as we finish up here, we'd just like to thank our sponsors for supporting Australian lacrosse. First of all, it's Ackland Travel, and the ALA would like to thank our partners, Ackland Travel, for their continued support and travel expertise provided to the ALA High Performance Teams and state associations. For your travel needs, visit acklandtravel.com.au. The ALA, next up, would like to thank their partners, Sports Centre. Sports Centre is one of South Australia's largest custom sports, school, event and corporate apparel manufacturers, providing a huge range of affordable, high-quality garments to hundreds of schools and sporting clubs across Australia. Visit sportscentre.com.au to find them. Next up, the ALA would like to thank their partners. Just getting ahead of myself there. The partners, Sports Armour, home of sports protection, the best protection for the best performance, prevention and recovery. Visit sportsarmour.com.au. The Footscray Lacrosse Club would like to thank Oriana Property Group. Oriana is a diversified property developer who are proud to support the Footscray Lacrosse Club and Australian lacrosse. For more information, visit orianaproperty.com.au. The ALN would like to thank Cott Gunning Lawyers for their support of the ALN. This year, Cott Gunning celebrate 100 years of providing practical and robust legal advice to the Western Australian community. And as a member of ADVOC, they can help clients all over Australia. For more info, visit cottgun.com.au. Lastly, we'd like to thank 3AM Web and IT, proud supporters of Australian lacrosse. They're doing a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff here through the ALN. And then we'd like to give everyone a reminder on out in South Australia, 29th of September till the 5th of October. Lacrosse SA will be hosting the Under-15 Boys and Girls National Championships. The ALN will be back then to bring those to you. And then lastly, you can find us on the socials, Australian Lacrosse Network on Instagram and Facebook, AusLaxNet on Twitter. Until next time, though, we hope to see you back for the women's final at 2:30. But thank you, everyone at home, for watching. We hope you've enjoyed it. Here as Victoria claim another national championship on home soil. We hope to see you next time.